Your doctor ran your blood work, checked your cholesterol, your blood sugar, your thyroid, and sent you home with a clean bill of health. But there is one thing, almost certainly, they did not test. One deficiency so common that researchers at Harvard Medical School estimated affects more than 1 billion people worldwide. One deficiency whose symptoms your doctor may have looked at and called aging. Fatigue that does not go away with rest. Muscle weakness that keeps getting worse. Joint pain that appears without injury. Sleep that never feels restorative. Brain fog that makes you question yourself. Low mood that arrives without reason and stays without invitation. Sound familiar? This is not aging. This is not your imagination. This is not something you simply have to accept. This is what happens when your body runs out of something it desperately needs. And nobody told you. Stay with me. Because what you are about to hear will change the way you understand your own body forever. If you're not yet part of the vitalaura family, hit that subscribe button right now. Every Saturday, we bring you the real science behind what your body is going through after 40. And the simple, natural solutions that actually work.
Yes, definitely.
And if you missed our last
subscribe
2
to
videos,
vitalaura.
silent muscle loss, after 40 and the Japanese 4 movements, both links are in the description. Your body will thank you. This video is for educational purposes only. Always consult your physician before making any changes to your health routine. Now, before we name this deficiency, there is something important you need to understand first. Your body cannot make most vitamins on its own. It depends on you to supply them. And after 40, your body's ability to absorb and activate certain vitamins declines dramatically. You could be eating a reasonably healthy diet and still be severely deficient, because the problem is not what you are eating, it is what your body can no longer do with what you give it. And no deficiency illustrates this more powerfully, or more quietly, than vitamin D. Researchers at Harvard Medical School, the National Institutes of Health, and Johns Hopkins University have all published extensive research on vitamin D deficiency in adults over 40. What they found across study after study is this. Vitamin D is not just a vitamin, it is a hormone. A master hormone that regulates over 2,000 genes in the human body. Genes that control immune function, muscle strength, bone density, mood, sleep, inflammation, and brain health. When vitamin D is sufficient, these systems run quietly and efficiently. When vitamin D is deficient, they begin to fail, slowly, silently, in ways that look exactly like getting older. And here is what makes this so difficult to catch. Vitamin D deficiency has no obvious symptoms in its early stages. It does not announce itself. It simply dims everything. Your energy dims, your strength dims, your mood dims, your sleep dims. And most people, and most doctors, look at this dimming and say, well, you are getting older. This is normal. It is not normal. And it is not aging. It is a deficiency. And deficiencies, when you understand them, can be addressed. Now let us talk about why vitamin D deficiency is so common after 40, and why most people have absolutely no idea it is happening to them. There are 4 specific reasons, and every single one has a direct, simple fix. Reason 1, the sunlight problem. Your skin produces vitamin D when exposed to direct sunlight, not through glass, not on cloudy days, direct skin contact with UVB rays from the sun. And here is the reality for most adults over 40 in the United States. Research from Boston University School of Medicine, led by Dr. Michael Holick, the world's leading vitamin D researcher, shows that most Americans living above the latitude of Atlanta, Georgia, receive virtually no UVB radiation strong enough to produce vitamin D for 5 to 6 months of the year. October through March. The sun simply does not get high enough in the sky. Add to this, most adults over 40 spend the majority of their daylight hours indoors. Office work, car commutes, evening routines, sunscreen on outdoor days. Your body is not getting the raw material it needs, and it has not been getting it quietly for years. Reason 2, the absorption collapse. Even when you do get sun exposure or take a vitamin D supplement, your body's ability to convert and activate vitamin D declines dramatically after 40. Vitamin D activation happens in 2 stages, first in the liver, then in the kidneys. Both processes become less efficient with age. Research from the University of California, San Francisco shows that adults over 50 may need 2 to 3 times more vitamin D input to achieve the same blood levels as adults in their 20s. You are not just getting less. Your body is doing less with what it gets. Reason 3, the body fat trap. Vitamin D is a fat-soluble vitamin. This means it gets stored in body fat rather than circulating freely in the bloodstream. Research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition shows that as body fat increases, and which happens naturally after 40, more vitamin D gets sequestered in fat tissue and becomes unavailable to the body's systems that need it. You could technically have vitamin D stored in your body and still be functionally deficient because your fat tissue is holding it hostage. This is why adults with higher body fat percentages after 40 are significantly more likely to show clinical vitamin D deficiency, even when they spend time outdoors or take supplements. Reason 4, the testing gap. Here is the part that will make you genuinely frustrated. Vitamin D is not included in standard blood panels in most American healthcare practices. Unless you specifically request a 25-hydroxyvitamin D test, or your doctor has a specific reason to order one, it will not be tested. Research published in the Journal of the American Medical Association shows that vitamin D deficiency is among the most prevalent, yet most under-tested nutritional deficiencies in American adults over 40. The deficiency exists, the test exists, the connection to fatigue, muscle weakness, joint pain, poor sleep, brain fog, and low mood is extensively documented. And most people, sitting in their doctor's office with every single symptom, never get tested. Not because their doctor does not care, but because the system was not built to look for it. Now, the solutions. And I want you to feel something as you read these. Not fear, not frustration, hope. Because vitamin D deficiency is one of the most correctable deficiencies in human health. The solutions are simple, they are inexpensive, and the results, for people who address this, can be genuinely life-changing. Solution 1, the sunlight prescription. 10 to 20 minutes of direct midday sun on bare arms and legs without sunscreen, 3 to 4 times per week between April and October. Not through a window, not on a cloudy day. Direct skin contact with midday sun, when UVB rays are strongest. Dr. Michael Holick at Boston University calls this the simplest, most natural vitamin D intervention available. Your skin can produce 10,000 to 20,000 IU of vitamin D in 20 minutes of full body summer sun exposure. This is not sunbathing, this is medicine. 10 to 20 minutes, arms and legs, midday, 3 times a week. And if you live in northern states, Chicago, New York, Boston, Seattle, from October through March, sunlight alone will not be enough. Which brings us to solution 2. Solution 2, vitamin D3, supplementation. The National Institutes of Health and Johns Hopkins University research consistently show that most adults over 40 benefit from daily vitamin D3 supplementation of between 1,000 and 2,000 IU, with many deficient adults requiring up to 4,000 IU under medical supervision. 3 important details. First, vitamin D3, not D2. D3 is the form your skin makes naturally and absorbs significantly better. Second, take it with your largest meal. Vitamin D is fat-soluble. It needs dietary fat to absorb properly. Third, pair it with vitamin K2. Research from Maastricht University shows K2 directs the calcium vitamin D mobilizes into bones and away from arteries. D3 and K2 are partners, not competitors. Solution? 3. The magnesium connection. Here is something most people, and most doctors, do not know. Vitamin D cannot be activated in the body without magnesium. Research published in the Journal of the American Osteopathic Association shows that magnesium is required at every stage of vitamin D metabolism. Without sufficient magnesium, your vitamin D supplements may be doing very little. And here is the compounding problem. Most Americans over 40 are also magnesium deficient. The foods highest in magnesium, dark leafy greens, nuts, seeds, dark chocolate, are consistently underconsumed in Western diets. The fix: dark leafy greens 3 times a week, a small handful of almonds or pumpkin seeds daily, and if needed, a magnesium glycinate supplement of 300 to 400 milligrams before bed. Magnesium glycinate is gentle on digestion and has the added benefit of supporting deep sleep. 2 deficiencies. 1 simple food strategy, both addressed together. Solution 4, the test request. This is the most important solution of all. At your next doctor's appointment, ask specifically for a 25-hydroxy vitamin D blood test. Write it down if you need to. Say these exact words: I would like my vitamin D levels checked. The optimal range, according to researchers at Harvard and the Vitamin D Council, is between 40 and 60 nanograms per milliliter, not just the bottom of the normal range, the optimal range. If your levels are below 30, you are deficient. If below 20, severely deficient, and you deserve to know. Knowledge is the beginning of everything. You cannot address what you have not measured. Here is what I want you to feel right now. Not anger at your doctor, not fear about your health, curiosity, and something closer to relief. Because if you have been living with unexplained fatigue, with strength that seems to be quietly leaving, with sleep that never restores, with a mood that has dimmed without reason, there is a very real possibility that the answer is simpler than you ever imagined. A molecule your body has been asking for quietly for years, and now you know to ask for it back. Get some midday sun this week. Take D3 with your largest meal. Add some dark leafy greens and a handful of almonds, and at your next appointment, ask for the test. That is it. 4 things: simple, inexpensive, potentially life-changing. How old are you? And where in the world are you watching from? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. And if someone you love has been living with unexplained fatigue and low mood, share this with them today. 1 tap. You might give them back something they thought they had simply lost to age. If you are not yet part of the Vitalaura family, subscribe right now. Every Saturday, real science, real solutions, zero fluff. And your body gets stronger every single week. And next week on Vitalaura, we are going somewhere most health channels never go. The connection between your gut, the 100 trillion bacteria living inside you right now, and the reason you feel the way you do every single morning after 40. Scientists are calling it the second brain, and what it is doing to your energy, your mood, your weight, and your immunity after 40 will genuinely change the way you think about every meal you eat. Next Saturday, Vitalaura, your gut has been trying to tell you something for years. This is vitalaura. Strength, energy, and vitality at every age.